Well, hello everyone. So it is about 5:45 p.m. and I'm just getting on trail. Worked a full day today, it's a Friday. And just got out here to the Mount Mitchell Trailhead. So over the next few hours plus tomorrow, I'm gonna be finishing up segment 3, which is super exciting. So I'm gonna be camping part way up Mount Mitchell tonight and then going over the summit tomorrow and hiking all the way back down to my car at Craggy Gardens. So my friend Peter from church was super sweet and he helped me drop my car and drove me all the way out here. And when I got here, there was actually an overdue hiker, an elderly gentleman. So I was at the campground for a little bit getting information about that since I was the only one crazy enough to be headed up to the trail at this time of day. So thankfully, almost as soon as I set foot on the trail, I ran into that gentleman. So he is just fine. And thankfully we'll be getting back to his very concerned wife very soon. So that is excellent. So this trail is pretty rugged already so far, and it is definitely going to be difficult. But I'm only going about 4 miles up tonight, like I said, and camping. And then tomorrow we'll be doing the rest of it. So not terrible tonight. Probably, depending on the grade of the trail, we'll end up getting into camp after dark, but that'll be fine. I'm looking forward to it. And thankfully I don't have to carry a crap ton of water because there's plenty of water along the ridge and also from where it's rained recently. So when I was through hiking the Appalachian Trail last year, we only went over one mountain that had an extreme weather warning, and that was Mount Washington. And here's another one for Mount Mitchell. Mount Mitchell is 6,680 feet, something like that. It is the tallest mountain on the East Coast, and it, like Mount Washington, has its own weather system. So I have been watching the weather like a hawk. Basically, I don't care if it rains, but I do care if there's lightning storms. And I was going to do this last weekend, but there are going to be lightning storms. And I don't hike. I don't mess around with thunderstorms because I'm going to be going above tree line. So here's to hoping that if anything happens, it's just me getting wet and nothing else. And here's to hoping that the sun comes out tomorrow so I get a really good sunrise. Blowdown is so big. Look how big the stumps are. I walked by that tree on the last switchback on the other end, and it was still huge. All right, so I got so distracted by the overdue hiker thing that I forgot to tell you guys. So my pack is 20.5 pounds fully loaded with 2 liters of water, and I didn't weigh my food bag, but it's probably like 4 pounds. Definitely have more food than I need. And so that means my base weight's like 10-12 pounds, something like that, which is great for me. To be fair, I don't have my stove because I got dinner before I started on the mountain, and I packed really light because it's just an overnight. But also, before I started on the trail, I was at the Black Mountain campground, and I got to pet this huge fluffy dog named Koda, and he was so cute and sweet. And he got belly rubs, and it was a good day for both of us. So something really cool that the Mount Mitchell Trail does is they have these signpost mile markers every half mile, and they tell you how far you are from the base and how far you are from the summit and what your elevation is. And then it's got 2 blazes on it, the blue diamond for people doing specifically the Mount Mitchell Trail and the white circle for anyone doing the Mountains to Sea Trail. All right, according to my map, we'll be headed left to Mount Mitchell via the Higgins Bald Trail. That tree is massive. Wow. All right, this is Set Rock Creek. Excellent flow. So I just spent a couple minutes at Rock Creek. Absolutely fantastic flow. The water is cold, it's clear. I chugged an entire liter of water and then filled up my liter again, and then tried some of that water because it was cold and clear and absolutely lovely. And right now I should be passing some campsites soon. I'm not staying at the first set of campsites I come across. I'll be staying at the second site of campsites that I come across. But honestly, there's been a couple of different stealth camping sites that I've seen on the way up here, and there's like a bunch of very rooty looking sites just past the creek. But yeah, camping really should not be a problem on this trail. It's honestly been a really beautiful trail so far, very well maintained. It looks like a trail crew came through recently and did a lot of work. You can see a lot of the green debris still in the trail. So thank you to all of the hardworking trail crews, because that is not an easy job, not in this terrain and not in this heat. So, whew. This is so pretty. A little blow down on the way. Time to play some limbo. Ooh, umbrella stuck. Made it. Okay, if you're a westbound hiker, you're coming from this Higgins Bald direction, and the intersection here is a little confusing. Obviously that way is blocked, so don't go that way. But then there's also left, that's the trail that you want, which is the Mount Mitchell Trail. But there's also a signpost that has arrows to the left and the right, which is confusing. And then there's a blue diamond blaze down that way. That only goes to Rock Creek. So when you're coming westbound, as soon as you leave the Higgins Bald Trail and come to this confusing intersection, hang a left, unless you need water, in which case go right. I am really loving this trail right now. It is so, so beautiful. There's all of these old growth trees, and the trail bed is so springy because it's still a little damp from where it rained about a week straight here, and covered in pine needles. But this is just so beautiful. Like, I feel like I'm back in the Northeast again. Like, I've been transported to a whole fairy tale world, and it's so exciting. I'm really loving this so far. It does not get much more beautiful than this for your trail. So fun fact, I'm gonna be camping over a mile high tonight. Let's go. Alrighty, I found home sweet campsite for the night. This is a really beautiful spot right off the trail. And space for two, but tonight just one. I don't hang bear bags normally. This should be interesting. Well, it is not by any stretch of the imagination the world's best bear hang. But there she is, guys, and this is from someone who literally never hangs a bear bag. I will carry a 2.5-pound bear can before I hang a bag. But I have 1 day's worth of food in there, and it was not worth 2.5 pounds to carry 1 day's worth of food. And also there's a huge pile of bear scat in the woods over there. So normally I'd sleep with my food, but tonight she's hanging. Fingers crossed she's still there in the morning. Okay, well, I've moved into home sweet tent for the night. I did 4 miles today, got done just before 7:30 and never lost the light, which was great, although there were some sections of the green tunnel on this trail that were so dark. If it had been much later in the day, I probably would have needed my headlamp for sure. But I've got a really level tent site tonight. I did a B+ bear hang and hung my food, and I'm really excited. I'm gonna be waking up at the butt crack of dawn tomorrow to night hike to the summit of Mount Mitchell, where there's an observation platform and a visitor center, and ideally watch the sunrise, but the weather's been real wonky lately, so it might be clouded and I might just be getting an early start and not seeing any sunrise at all, but I'm gonna hope. Also, it's really, really humid out. It's been super humid all day and I can already feel the condensation forming in my tent, so it'll definitely be a little on the wet side tomorrow, but overall I really can't complain. I didn't get rained on today, so yay. But I'm gonna snuggle into my sleeping bag and try to get some shut-eye in the few hours of sleep that I've got before I'm getting up to do some really cool night hiking tomorrow morning, which I'm really looking forward to. And here's to hoping that I don't wake up too soggy tomorrow morning.